Well, good morning. Today is Sunday, May 12th. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to you. Happy Mother's Day to you. I'll do anything to sing. Well, I woke up this morning and I went into the kitchen to get a glass of water, and my feet were soaking wet and the rug was soaking wet. And I looked down and I have a whole mess of a puddle in front of my sink, and I don't know if it was the dishwasher leaked or whatever, but I had to get out the mop and mop up the floor because I had so much water. And then I had to go under the sink and pull everything out from under the sink because I had about this much water forming on the shelf of the thing. And so I went to try to wake Jim up, and he wouldn't wake up. So I cleaned it all out and got it all cleaned up. And then when he got up, he looked at it, he couldn't find it. I said, I can hear the water dripping. And then we looked everywhere. We ran the dishwasher, and it wasn't leaking from the dishwasher, and the hoses all looked like it was right. We couldn't figure it out. Well, now we've finally narrowed it down. It's something with the actual faucet itself. So he's got it. That's his project for the day. He said, I can't go to church with you, unfortunately. And I said, oh, okay. You probably loosened something, so it leaked during the night. And then Jimmy and Danny came over with Sebastian. Well, Danny came over with Sebastian and Oliver, and to give me my Mother's Day card and my gift. And Jimmy came over and gave me my gift and my card. So it was nice. I tried to talk them into going to church with me. And they said, we gave you a gift. Okay. So I always tease Jim. Jim always teases me, rather, that I'm going to be all alone up in heaven, that the rest of the family is going to be with him because they don't go to church too. So, and I know that doesn't determine that you go to church, you go to heaven, but you got to live a good life, and my kids do live a good life. But they gave me money for flowers because I always get annuals, and so every year they just give me the money for the flowers, and then I go and buy them. But then I'm going to go to church. When I get home from church, Christy should be at the house, and then we're going to go to the show and then get a carry-out of some sort. I don't know what. I'm going to pop my popcorn myself before I go and bring a bottle of water. And other than that, just tomorrow at 8 a.m., I'm part of a collab with Denise over at Dish with D of our 5 favorite Weight Watcher snacks. See, I got it right this time. And there's a bunch of us doing it. So make sure you do. First of all, you want to go to Dish with D's channel because I like her channel. And she's put some pretty good content out. And what is that? Got something in the way there. There we go. Sorry about that. I don't know what it was. I figured out to keep from rattling, if I put my washcloth there, it keeps it from hitting the window. Because I don't know if you remembered, I used to go all the time because it kept hitting the window. So now I have a washcloth there, and that kind of blocks the sound for it. But anyway, I'm gonna do that collab with her. I'm gonna film that today, probably tonight. I already know what snacks I'm gonna put out because they're pretty healthy snacks, and they really do help me to stay on track. And it's really busy this morning. Danny was going to take me out to breakfast, but I said, nah, it's going to be too crowded. And I've told you it's not my favorite meal to eat out. A little bit of rain right now. Other than that, it'll be all right. I'm trying to think of a church story. I always like to tell church stories because I'm on my way to church. I always hated, like, when I went to Catholic school. The only good part about going to church every day when you went to Catholic school is you were one of the very few people that got to eat your breakfast at school. Back then it was a big deal. I know they do that nowadays all the time, but back then it was. And then I always wanted my mother to buy the little cereal boxes that you could get the variety pack, and then you just open up the box and pour the milk in, and the box was your bowl. But looking back now, I realized that we were poor and that was never going to happen. But at the time, I always wondered, why can't I do that? Because my mother would put the cereal like in a cottage cheese container. But back then, everybody brought cottage cheese containers and things like that. So it wasn't like you were, you know, like thought of like, oh, you don't even have your own little bowl. But that's what I did. And I'd always get the milk. And I never liked the white milk at school. I think it was skim milk. So I would always get my cereal and put chocolate milk in it. And back then, you know, like everybody thought it was so odd to look at it. When you have Count Chocula, even if you put white milk in it, it turns the cereal milk into chocolate milk. So I think I was just ahead of my time. I think it was just ahead of my time. And I remember Father Schuler. Oh, he was such a mean priest. He really was. Most of the priests, Father Finnegan, oh, I love Father Finnegan. Father Finnegan was so much fun. And we used to love when Father Finnegan would come in our class, and we'd all ask him to bless us, and he'd give us a special blessing. Father Schuler would just like, ugh. And then when you'd have to go, back then my mother made us go to confession once a month. We always went on the first Saturday of the month. You always wanted to get in the Father Finnegan's line because he was really friendly, I think. But Father Schuler, he would give you like 10 Our Fathers and 10 Hail Marys and an act of contrition. Whereas Father Finnegan would just say, why don't you just say an Our Father and a Hail Mary and ask the Lord to watch over you for the weekend so you can do better. I always like that so much better. But anyway, keep forgetting about the farmer's market. And my parking spot is right here, so I'm going to take my spot. Found a new parking spot that I like because I can get out easier. It just makes it so much better. I know it was kind of like a rattling on video about nothing, but I wanted to get on to wish everybody a happy Mother's Day and just let you know I'm thinking about you guys today. So whether you're a mother, a grandmother, a caregiver, or whatever, happy Mother's Day.